You're researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
Okay. Summon War Council. Thank much, she said you got a weird face. The lady at the bar said that too. Operations. You now have access to missions. Mission operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have a preferred type, which results in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards depending on which advisor completes them. Detailed study of underworld customs and their brutal but practical applications. Open up dialogue options related to criminal activities and gain 50% XP for each codex entry unlock. Misak's method. A methodology developed by an Orlesian Blade Master and used by Chevaliers to analyze their own performance in combat. Gain 5% more XP from kills. Oh my gosh. Secrets. Arcane knowledge. Open up new dialogue options related to Fate or Arcane Studies. 50% more XP for that. 10% chance for extra herbs. Significant increase to the discovery range of the searching action. That sounds really good. Connections. 50% XP for nobility. 10% more money from merchants. 10% discount for merchants. Rare mats for crafting. Inquisition. 50% codex. Increase inventory capacity. Tempered flasks. I think what I'd like to get is Eagle-Eyed first. Okay. What is this? Address the Chantry in Valroyo. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Not sure if I'm going there now, but I'm unlocking it now.
Is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion. And we should ignore the danger to the Herald. Let's ask him.
I'm more concerned this won't actually
My
solve
guy is so skinny without that armor.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Adjust the Chantry in Valroyo. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at the moment, we could not step foot into the capital. Look at this dagger. It's like a key and a knife at the same time. It's pretty neat looking. And at the moment, we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Okay. I mean, I guess we can knock this out now. If I remember correctly from years and years and years ago when I last played this, I think there's little to no fighting in Valroyo. It's just like you go talk, and then it unlocks more stuff.
The city still mourns.
We're back in our weird-looking armor. Making the lady swoon.
But I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
I'm confused by armor, so am I.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliane's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing
Hey,
to
look,
do,
it's the
then.
Tree of Birds. How are you today?
Hey, Bertree.
They wish to protect the people? Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
The avenue of her reflective thought, Our Lady and the actors of Horizon Fall. Her message and visage are worth repeating. Oh, there's a bunch of XP here. Malphara's blood guilt, and his head suddenly weighs too much. At meeting a low door frame. He just like bonked his head. What? About his unfortunate hair. An unrelated headache. The avenue of reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in their respects, not just because of the bizarre waits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child empress, Amy, abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddler leader, the attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turned in supposed embarrassment. Like, what? They had like some princess here that just like peed. True or not, foolish youths dared each other to soil the spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odor about it. Oh my god. Well, that was a bunch of XP from reading those little plaques. Wait. Another one. The Emporium of Mortal Means. For all matters defensive concern, offensive intent, and study of arts, martial, and with sanctioned magical. That was like a shop? What up?
Not open today. Not until this fast is over, at least. Too many swords.
I'll probably have to do whatever the quest talk thing is. Probably this big group. Hello!
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
I make no such claim. I wasn't sent here by Andraste or the Maker. I am simply trying to close the breach. It threatens us all.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
I'm probably not supposed to laugh at that.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear.
Righteous? You're just
If you came to
crackheads.
appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
What we truly need is an alliance that will seal the breach.
Oh, the breach is indeed a threat. But you certainly have no power to do anything about it.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I
The
will
lady
make the
praying.
Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing. And the Inquisition, less than nothing.
Bro, we just made it.
Templars, Val Royo is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Also, all the guards are leaving the capital. Lol.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
How well do you know him?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition
Getting
and
my blankie.
grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and
He's
inform
snorting the
them.
red sugar. Red lyrium. Let's see if Miss punched in the face will talk.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
Is that a custom mink Mukluk blankie? Where could one obtain such a blankie? Oh yes, this custom mink Mukluk blankie that is so soft I would rub it all over my face and not feel bad at all. Can be found on our merch store! Exclamation merch! Oh boy, dude, the merch is legit comfortable. I am wearing a merch shirt right now, and I got my merch blankie in my lap.
Someone who can help close the breach is madness.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
What a crap show. She does a bunch of stuff, makes things worse, fails at everything she does, and then she's like, well, it's in God's hands now. God knows the way.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can. And leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the
This lady here, helping.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
Just pray the ouch away, yeah. Mirror de la Mer reveals folly. Mirror de la Mer was cut from Val Royeaux in 849 Blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Reveal, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back across the Vale. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly, and several memorials to the heroes of the past 4 blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. Reveal intended for it for divination, using boats as massive planchettes, but work was not finished until the week of his own death. The waters see little use today, save for lazy or fornication, sojourns by the nobility aboard decorative gondolas. Oh, that's a giant reflecting pool. Okay. Reservoir stocking evaluation. Tremors floating, taste is off, water birds die off, restocking failed, fish not fit, do not consume. They probably all have lead poisoning. What's this? Difficult time for those who've lost it. While I understand concerns for propriety and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict, pitting brother against sister, not just outright war, pitting Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all 3, as the sky is wounded for all to see, and all we know of our world is threatened, along with all we know of the next. With this most grave notation, I ask that the writs of losses and missing remain, that the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the names of hopefully living, and with them, their criticisms of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt that we as Orlesians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release. There must be grief, there must be mourning. If we do not allow this simple expression, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears, and as reserved a means as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course, but this day, this time, we must let the simple expression stand. There's a list of dead on the wall. Bell.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
That's the plan.
We're going to give it a try, at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars...
Useless.
Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Oh, sweet.
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want...
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, he is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
Agent acquired. I don't know what that means, but sweet.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. Oh, jeez.
An arrow with a message?
What? Oh, there. Favors for friends. People say you're special, I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and around the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. A poor drawing of the locations of the market is attached. Emperor Florian. Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend to the Orlesian throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judicial II, had 2 twin sons and thus a very secure line. Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the imperial court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. All that is recorded of that era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. An outbreak of the 100 Days cough in 877 Bless changed his plans. Both of Judicial's sons perished, as did Florian's daughter. Racked by grief, Judicial lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors, and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judicial was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do it all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about his habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to an intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles who had served in the cabinet since his father's time were turned away in favor of his younger brother Reynard, his sister Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, even the children of servants, who, with the exceptions of his nephew and nieces, who were tolerated only on the condition that they remain out of the emperor's sight. Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin Megran were lovers, the truth was uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it's no doubt it kept private nature due to Florian's aversion to public life and not from any fear of rumors. Such rumors, after all, were likely spread due to the emperor's refusal to sire another child and thus secure his line. Many believed this failing would eventually lead to civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megran is a loud and very public argument the two had prior to Megran's appointment, or exile as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Meghan is said to have called Florian my darling, and neither man chose to explain the argument later. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of Grand Duke Reynard, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. Stocks. She of the highwayman repents. Gallows master, hold thy hand, hold it back a while. Callous juror, let me stand, let me bear a smile. For comes my brother distant, for comes my savior soon. I will stand here insistent, I will receive my boon. Fellow soldiers, hear thy voice, hold it if you may. Fallow shoulders, show my choice, I am in your sway. For now my crime was cruel, and all my pain deserved. I stand here as a fool, despite my brother served. Mother dearest, look away, look into the sun. Other nearest gone astray, you will be undone. Okay, I'm done with that one. Hello.
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of
You have a
sorrow.
nice mustache.
Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
Check your Inquisition perks next time you go to the war table to see agents. Okay. Hey, is it bedtime?
Yeah.
Just a moment. I'm gonna tell boy goodnight. I'll be right back, John. All right, we back. You broke the chant? Question mark? You broke the chat.
What do you mean you broke the chant? Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rights?
Yes.
The chant of light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
We should question. If not now, when?
Down that road is darkness. We have never been alone. We
How's it, Ramen?
cannot
You're doing
be alone.
Wait, what?
Even our Templars
That's weird.
forsake the light. Even they.
It's the button that unmutes my microphone is the same button that puts that GIF away, but for some reason it only did half of it. I don't know what happened there, but there you go.
I believe that
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
You're cordially invited to attend my salon held at the Chateau of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine. Yours, Vivienne de Fer. That's a new friend. First Enchanter of Montsemard, Enchanter of the Imperial Court. Vivienne.
I am open to you and yours. I price at a premium for everyone, so don't assume it's because you're with the Inquisition.
Wow. Yeah, talk about a premium. I can't afford any of this.
I expect my customers to know of rarity when they see it, just as I do.
Oh, there's another XP plaque. The first Lion of Orlais. The Lions of Orlais is a repeating element dedicated to the great defenders otherwise noted. It is rumored that one is gold, one bronze, and weighed with poison. One is chocolate, and one is watching. As the saying goes, dare we all a thief to test his back and learn which is most dangerous to try, deny, or lay. In truth, all are leaden leaf. Don't pretend to ride them too long lest the mind give way. This display reserved for Discourse Political with attending professors of social matters from the University of Orlais. Note that all vendors of loftable groceries will be closed in the hour beforehand and for 1.5 hour later. Whoa. In respect to Duke Isidore de Orleans. Easiest 50 XP of my life. The display reserved for presentations of affection as though private and also discarded spirits presented by company Misdirect Theater. In respect to Duke Yvon of Savarin. Reserved for his strangeness, Sir Sound, and his static puppets behind glass. What? In respect to Duke Stefan of Valmontaigne. Welcome to all before the grace of the Empire. Stage and audience for the use of all for theater and business. For partnership and proposal be seen. A notice below reads this display reserved for songs traditional by Lord Bramford and players cancelled. Lots of buttons, yes, lots of buttons.
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and
What is this
especially
mask?
mages. Just everything. I apologize if you were refused service, but we are now open for business. Especially if you put my wares to use.
Buy and sell. Ooh. I can't afford some of this, but... That's level 1. That's level 4. Do you have any armors? Nothing too crazy. Okay. Although there's no combat, there's a lot of XP in Val Royeaux, just all these plaques.
What is the Grand Cathedral thinking? We must have a new divine. She will show us the way.
The way. Barnabas.
Open? Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well-cut or the sparkling, perhaps I can help. At the very least, we can appear like everything is normal. Yes.
Yes. So he sells accessories. Okay. City guard.
Go back to your own, elf. This city doesn't need your Inquisition.
Le Masque du Lion. We cheered when honored with her was her might, but many more deserved a thought. For though she was the first a knight, her kin and kind have always fought. From a plaque with the dedication, Le Masque du Lion, sponsored by Princess Corin's first cavalry for those who stood aside. I never really thought about it before, but the story of Andraste kind of reminds me of Joan of Arc.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's order.
Wait, what? Favors for friends. Thank you, friends, for helping. Good Lady Karis saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage, could not stay to see them exit.
Of course not.
Not of heroes, Mafrath and sacrifice. Andraste, our lady, the sword and the fire against Aventer, betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom, Mafarath, now synonymous with treachery, but would Andraste have won, and if not, what would we have lost? Let us not look at just the act, but at the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the Imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave, but as an arrow. And as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there's no returning to the bow. We must consider how much of Our Lady's victory to this point was against true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of the Empire. Andraste, the inspiration, may not have considered much, but Mafrath, the general, fought for homeland, not visions. Was it victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Mafrath made the deal that killed Our Lady, that is fact, and when Andraste died, Mafrath was gifted everything from the southern plains south. How generous and impossible to hold this must have seemed. Let us look on Mafrath and the legacy he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation, but from a tactical tactical consideration, for he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped Tevinter. What if he set about creating peers and none of this was an accident? How then fared Isarath, Evrion, and Verald? Okay. Dragonhead? The head of Madame